Hello and welcome to YNWA Transfer News, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this. Alexis Mac Allister outshines Lionel Messi as Argentina media agrees on Liverpool player. Alexis Mac Allister earned rave reviews from Argentina's media as he even managed to outshine Lionel Messi against Puerto Rico. The Liverpool midfielder played the full 90 minutes as the world champions eased to a comprehensive 6-0 win in Fort Lauderdale, with Mac Allister scoring twice as he gave himself a boost ahead of his return to Merseyside in the coming days. The 26-year-old has struggled for form and fitness so far this season, but he'll hope his latest showing for his country can kickstart his campaign ahead of the Reds facing Manchester United on Sunday, having earned universal praise back in his homeland. Mac Allister was picked as Argentina's star man in Florida by the majority of outlets covering the game back in South America. Clarín, Bola VIP, TIC Sport, and River El Mas Grande all had the Liverpool star among its highest ratings, and in each case had him ranking higher than Messi, awarding him a 9/10. Clarín commented, "A brace to confirm his goal-scoring prowess beyond his play. He's dangerous in the box. He has a clear touch and looks for the best option." Mac Allister was awarded an 8/10 with other outlets, with Bola VIP stating, "With 2 goals, he was the most decisive player in the match thanks to his efficiency and goal-scoring instinct. He scored 2 goals and cemented his position as the most successful midfielder of the Scaloni era." TIC Sport, meanwhile, said, "He was almost a false 9, scoring 2 goals and having the potential to score a few more as well." River El Mas Grande added, "The Liverpool midfielder had a great match. He made quick ball recoveries and scored 2 very nice goals. He was very accurate with his passes in the opponent's half." Meanwhile, Bol awarded both Mac Allister and Messi the same score of 8/10, and said of the Reds midfielder, "He was a frequent presence in the box and showed his impressive performance. An opportunistic header to deflect Nico Gonzalez's shot for the 1-0 lead, and then in goal-scoring mode to convert the third with a powerful finish. The best player in the midfield and on the team." Mac Allister is due back at Liverpool over the next couple of days as the Reds get ready to host United at Anfield this weekend. The midfielder was the last of the club's players in action during the international break, which could add some doubt as to his involvement against United. Although with doubts over Ryan Gravenberch's fitness, Arne Slot may be counting on Mac Allister to continue his international form with the Reds. Liverpool midfielder almost a false 9 as Real Madrid Galacticos plan takes shape. Real Madrid's interest in Alexis Mac Allister has been further vindicated by the Liverpool midfielder's superb performance for Argentina against Puerto Rico on international duty, and Los Blancos manager Xabi Alonso will have been quietly impressed by how he adapted to a new role. Liverpool have some of the best players in the world, and Madrid are keen on snapping up a few of them. Real Madrid signed Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool at the end of last season and plan to secure the services of Ibrahima Konate as a free agent next summer when his current contract with the defending Premier League champions runs out. Ryan Gravenberch has also been linked with Real Madrid, and while sources have told Team Talk that it is not a live pursuit yet, we can confirm the Spanish and European giants' interest in Mac Allister. Team Talk's transfer insider Dean Jones reported on September 20th that Real Madrid's interest in Mac Allister is genuine, although Liverpool do not want to sell the midfielder in 2026. Los Blancos have long taken a shine to the Argentina international midfielder, with Sport claiming back in July that Mac Allister is one of the Galacticos that Madrid manager Xabi Alonso wants. There have been murmurs recently that Madrid have cooled their interest in Mac Allister because of his underwhelming performances for Liverpool in the opening weeks of the new season, but his display for Argentina is sure to have changed Los Blancos' minds. Granted, it was just Puerto Rico and it was just a friendly, but Mac Allister played a starring role in Argentina's 6-0 win at the Chase Stadium in Miami. Mac Allister started in a rather unfamiliar role on the left wing. As Argentina lined up in a 4-4-2 formation, the midfielder scored 2 goals, first in the 14th minute and then in the 36th minute, As the Argentine press was impressed, TIC Sport noted that Mac Allister played almost like a false nine and could have scored more than the 2 goals that he did. The Argentine publication gave the Liverpool star 8 out of 10 in their player ratings and observed he was almost a false nine, scoring 2 goals and having the potential to score a few more as well. Old 2 gave Mac Allister 8 out of 10 and wrote, he was a frequent presence in the box and showed his impressive performance. An opportunistic header to deflect Nico Gonzalez's shot for the 1-0 lead, and then in goal-scoring mode to convert the third with a powerful finish. The best player in the midfield and on the team. Alexis Mac Allister focused on Liverpool. Now Clarin rated Mac Allister's performance 9 out of 10 and observed, a brace to confirm his goal-scoring prowess beyond his play. He's dangerous in the box. He has a clear touch and looks for the best option. There was further praise from Bolavip, who noted, with 2 goals, he was the most decisive player in the match thanks to his efficiency and goal-scoring instinct. He scored 2 goals and cemented his position as the most successful midfielder of the Scaloni era. Amid all the praise and Madrid's interest in him, Mac Allister is not carried away and has made it clear on Instagram that he is focused on Liverpool now that the international break is over. Mac Allister wrote after the match, end of a positive tour with 2 goals. It's always a pleasure to spend a few days with the guys from YNWA. Liverpool will take on Manchester United at Anfield in the Premier League on Sunday, and Mac Allister will hope that his impressive performance for Argentina will have convinced manager Arne Slot to give him a place in the starting lineup. Latest Real Madrid news, Tottenham raid. Chelsea plan. In other news, Tottenham Hotspur are determined to sign a top Real Madrid playmaker, even though Los Blancos have no plans to sell him. Sources have told YNWA's transfer correspondent, Fraser Fletcher, the plan that Chelsea have hatched to stop Real Madrid from signing their star midfielder. And finally, a defender that Liverpool are already in talks with is keen on a move to Real Madrid instead. Gomez, unlikely to leave. In January, despite Liverpool's future being in doubt. With Liverpool manager Arne Slot choosing to only add Federico Chiesa to his first-team options when he first made the move to Anfield, it worked out perfectly as they took full advantage in the race for the Premier League title by showing great consistency as they lifted their 20th league crown. However, this summer it was all change on that front with some players departing, and they raided the crypto casino by gambling on a host of new talent coming through the doors as they reinvested $400 odd million to freshen up their starting XE and our backup options. With Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, Milos Kerkez, Hugo Ekitike, Giovanni Leone, and Alexander Isak arriving, it had been a very good start to the season initially. But as we headed into the October international break, the wheels have appeared to come off a bit. With 3 straight defeats, chances are still being created, but we have been wasteful, and in many ways, with so many changes made, there were bound to be some settling in issues and hiccups, particularly given we set the bar so high last term. As they wait for real football to return and hopefully take the chance to put recent form well behind them with a solid victory against Manchester United next Sunday, it appears that the New Year transfer window will also be quite busy if we can believe the speculation rumor mill. With the deadline day deal for Marc Guehi falling down late on, it is almost inevitable that they will go back in for him during the January window, as they will not want to take the risk that he could be tempted into agreeing a pre-contract with a team from abroad. But one of the fallouts from the Guehi failure was also a move away for Joe Gomez. The 28-year-old, 15-capped England international defender was close to securing a deal of his own, and although it is believed that interest was in from Brighton and Hove Albion and Crystal Palace, it seems that he was favoring a switch to the Italian Serie A with AC Milan in what could have been a $13 million agreement. With the Guehi deal falling down, it obviously left Gomez in limbo, as there was no time to get his deal over the line, and reports in Italy are pretty adamant that they will be back. Depending on what we ultimately do with Guehi, Gomez may find that the position has now changed following on from the season-ending injury sustained by Giovanni Leone, as it may make far more sense now for Liverpool to keep Gomez as a more experienced center-back option on cover. In fact, with reports stating that Ibrahima Konate is struggling for fitness of his own right now, Gomez could be set for a recall for the upcoming United game given the defensive options that Slot now has available to him. As January begins to edge nearer, it will be an interesting one to follow, as although Slot clearly does not see much of a future for Gomez, it just seems very unlikely that we would now let him move on. Liverpool transfer news as Antoine Semenyo price emerges and Upamecano alternative watched. The international break is now over, and Liverpool will be turning its attention back to Premier League matters as it looks to get its season back on track. The Reds will want to end their run of 3 consecutive defeats against Manchester United on Sunday, although Arne Slot could do with some good news on the injury front before then after being given scares over Ibrahima Konate and Ryan Gravenberch, should his side continue to struggle to find their feet this season. The Liverpool boss may start to look at more transfer options, and reports are suggesting the door may have just been opened to a new winger. Antoine Semenyo, Bournemouth, Liverpool, and Manchester. United have reportedly been put on alert after a release clause emerged for Antoine Semenyo. The winger signed a new 5-year deal at Bournemouth in the summer, and according to YNWA, it includes a clause that could play into Liverpool's hands. The exact terms have not been disclosed, but Bournemouth is said to value Semenyo at around $100 million, 75 million, with the clause having been agreed to, as the Cherries viewed it as the best chance of tying the 25-year-old down to a longer-term deal. Nico Schlotterbeck, Borussia Dortmund. Nico Schlotterbeck could be an alternative option to Dayot Upamecano, with Liverpool journalist David Lynch claiming the Reds have been watching the Borussia Dortmund defender. While there is nothing concrete in the interest at the moment, Schlotterbeck is definitely liked by Liverpool, although Lynch suggests any move for the 25-year-old would be more likely in the summer rather than January. One Liverpool midfielder has confirmed he wants to move on from the Reds on a temporary basis, and the Reds should listen to him. At the moment, Arne Slot's midfield is probably the one area where he has plenty of options. Although even with the ample options available, it feels like Liverpool could probably do with bringing in another midfielder. The Reds are lacking a player who can progress the ball and dictate the rhythm of the play from the middle of the park. Over the course of the last few years, they had Trent Alexander-Arnold who was able to do that. And since he left the club, there is a void in the build-up. Alexis Mac Allister is a very technically gifted player, but he's not quite at the level of Alexander-Arnold. Nor is he as progressive as the Reds' former number 66 Ryan Gravenberch is a fantastic midfielder. But he progresses the ball through runs, and his passing isn't quite what Liverpool require. So, in the long term, the Reds probably need an Adam Wharton-esque midfielder to shore up the ranks. In the meantime, one talented youngster who has been getting first-team opportunities with Liverpool is Tommy Pilling. He's actually quite a progressive midfielder with the capability to make those forward passes and keep control of the ball. We saw those qualities for the first team in a cameo against Athletic Bilbao in pre-season at Anfield. Pilling has also been regularly training with the first team and sat on the bench in the League Cup game against Southampton. Interestingly, his great-grandfather also represented Liverpool back in the Second World War, which was revealed in an interview with the club's official website. Pilling spoke openly about how he wants to continue his family legacy at the club, but towards the end of the interview, he also confirmed that he was looking to make a temporary transfer from Liverpool, hopefully go on loan and get as many opportunities to train with the first team. Pilling said, "I'd like to play men's footy. I'm not in too much of a rush to do that, but the aim is to get towards that." Since he's 21 years old, you can understand Pilling's sentiment. He has been playing for the club's U21 side for several years now. Training with the first team is going to give him invaluable experience, but nothing competes with playing regular first-team football at senior level. In the coming windows, the Reds will be looking to loan him out and give him opportunities to make the next steps in his career. That is what he needs in order to one day become a key part of Slot's squad. Thank you for watching. Like and comment, subscribe.